Hey, I'm back. Another video about hydroponics, aquaponics. So, I tried to convert this into a hydroponic or an aquaponics by putting fish in, and it did not work too well. I bought 4 sturgeon. They were each, I think, a year or 2 years old. They were about 6 or 7 inches long. They're really awesome, pretty gnarly looking fish. But they all died. One of them died in 12 hours. Another one died the next day. And then 2 of them died the following day, the 3rd day. And we were able to resuscitate one, doing a little CPR for fish, where I moved his little gills, put him over the bubbles, and moved his little gills till he came back alive. And then he died about 4 days later. $90 down the drain. So now I'm going to go for tilapia, which was my original idea, but they're kind of hard to find around here in Germany. But I did notice upon further examination, we realized we were kind of going into it half-cocked. So I ended up buying an oxygen test and a pH test, because our pH was way high, very acidic, and our oxygen was way low because I had the water too warm. And it subsequently was also affecting the plants. I had no air bubbles going into the water because I didn't think I needed it because I didn't have fish. So having no air bubbles and warm water, the water started becoming stagnant. So there's no oxygen in the water. It was getting a film over it, some kind of nastiness. And the plants were suffering as well, even though there was nutrients in the water. Well, because of the fish, I dumped all that water out, put new water in, oxygenated it. It's cooler, because I was worried about the coolness of the water putting the plants in the hibernation mode, but apparently that should not have been my concern. Because it was warm, no oxygen, as you know, the cooler the water, the better it absorbs oxygen and carbon dioxide. But putting bubblers in to bring up the oxygen levels, I cooled the water down as well, or stopped warming it, I should say. And now the plants are taking off. This tomato plant is nearly doubled in size, at least doubled in size, if not more. Jalapeno plant's grown. It was about here when I bought it, or got it, and now it's up to here. This sucker was almost dead, now it's coming alive. These plants, both of these were almost dead. Now they're sprouting new ones. This little stem right here is new. This one's putting out new leaves all over the place. It seems to be flourishing. This guy was looking pretty bad. Now he's coming back strong, looking good, tastes good. I trim from this guy all the time and to eat good food. I love cooking with fresh herbs. But yeah, so first lesson learned is warm water with no oxygen in it is not good for fish or plants. So spend the money, buy the test so you can see what's going on. Because if you don't have, I didn't have a thermometer, so I didn't accurately know what temperature it was. Didn't know what the pH was. I didn't know how much oxygen was absorbed into it. They also have tests, that's the next thing I'm going to get, is to test for nitrate levels. Because if your nitrate levels are too high, it'll kill the fish. Which, with this kind of a system, I'm not too worried about it, because I'm pretty sure the plants are going to absorb all the nitrates. But how do I know if I don't have a way to measure that? So I'll know once I have the test and have fish in here. If the nitrate levels are next to nothing, that means I need more fish or less plants, because the plants will starve. Or if they're sky high, I'm going to kill the fish, but that means I need to add more plants. There you go. So that's the first lesson learned. Measure, quantify everything that's going on. Don't go into it half-cocked or ignorant or blind like I did. Have fun.